He told two Palin biographers the real reason why she left school in Hawaii: too many Hawaiians. Tonight, another embarrassing round of apparent truthiness from Sarah Palin's father. This time he reveals to the New York Times his daughter, quote, doesn't make the decisions. Our number one story on the countdown: if the former half-governor of Alaska isn't making the decisions, who is? In a profile piece on Palin and her hometown of Wasilla, the New York Times interviewing not only Palin's father, Chuck Keith, but also her husband, Todd. The former explaining why he does not like to nudge his daughter, quoting, "I don't want to push the wrong button with Sarah. Besides, she doesn't make the decisions. Let me retract that. I'm sure she thinks them over, and she has a lot to say as to yes and no." Mrs. Palin herself deciding to discuss, or having a lot to say before she discussed, the oil disaster, insisting the Obama administration is dragging its feet on cleanup efforts because of the president's ties to big oil. No, thanks. That was the last president, Smiley. Even the noted liberal rag, the Wall Street Journal, refuted her claim, citing the nonpartisan Center for Responsive Politics, which said Republicans receive far more money from the oil and gas industries than do Democrats, pointing to Palin's old running mate. Republican candidate Senator John McCain received more than twice as much money from the oil and gas industries as Obama. McCain collected $2.4 million, Obama $898,000. On that note, joining us now, the political reporter of the Washington Post, David Weigel. Dave, thanks for your time tonight.
Oh, thank you, Keith.
So, she's not the decider in the Sarah Palin quote machine? I mean, who is then? Is it Karl Rove? Is it Roger Ailes? Is it a pit bull that talks in its sleep somewhere?
Keith, this is one of those great mysteries, like who built Stonehenge or whether Puerto Rico is a country or not. We don't know. We do know, from my talking with people in the Palin circle, such as it is, Chuck Heath likes to go off the reservation. He's a wacky old guy. He's a lot of fun. He provides a lot of color. But they weren't really standing by this. I mean, the mystery that compelled me today was, this was really the best Palin could do when she talked about the oil spill. I was surprised. Like, when in Going Rogue, she writes, or Lynn Vincent writes for her, about what it was like to live in Alaska during the Exxon Valdez spill. And her response to this is just this weird partisan comment about Obama that no one really buys. I mean, yeah, it doesn't sound like somebody who's come up with a great plan and a great team of advisors. It doesn't even sound like somebody who knows what to say when she goes with her gut.
But that also suggests, if there's anything to what Mr. Heath said here, that either the team had the weekend off, or they haven't been working very hard at making her decisions for her for purposes as elucidated by the one you just cited there.
Well, we don't really know. I mean, she goes and says, as far as we can tell, what she wants, because if she had stricter advisors, she probably wouldn't make an endorsement of On Ward, for example. She was clever today in quickly coming to the aid of one of the candidates who she endorsed, who was accused of having an affair. Palin turned this into an issue of how everyone, like all these female Republican candidates like her, had to deal with the lamestream media. But in the process of saying this, one of the lamestream media articles that she had a problem with was a parody article from this Little Hamptons parody newspaper that said she was moving to the Hamptons. Like, I read the article. It's like a little local Onion piece. She included this as one of the nasty rumors the media has about her. I mean, doesn't bespeak somebody who does lots of screening. Yeah,
that was also that lamestream media person who made the charge was the former spokesman for the Appalachian Trail Governor Sanford, if I recall correctly. So that sort of falls down to that court too.
I think this is a different Sanford spokesman. Okay. He had a good run of them.
Sarah Palin never does interviews with anybody who might ask a follow-up question, and the questions at the events that she gets are screened. Is there any evidence that she has some sort of handle on actual policy that goes deeper than slogans? And did Mr. Heath just give us, like, sort of peel back the curtain for 3 seconds and sort of confirm that for us?
Yeah, it disappoints a lot of conservatives. Conservatives would like her to be better when she talks about policy, and would like her to do a tougher interview than the ones on Fox. I mean, this is a problem conservatives had when Fred Thompson ran for president. He didn't seem to be interested in having a tough interview. I mean, actually, to bring it up more recently, Rand Paul, one of the reasons he had such a tough time with Rachel Maddow is because he'd been doing a lot of Fox interviews, been doing a lot of soft local interviews. Conservatives who want her to take more of a leadership role would really like it if she hit the books, like it's possible to do. I mean, there's a long record of big political figures who studied hard and came up from not knowing a lot to at least being able to bluff their way through a big policy speech.
As we know, actually, she'd rather study her hand in that situation. But quickly, who do you put your money down? Who we're going to hear from first in any kind of extensive interview again? Rand Paul or Chuck Heath?
Oh, I think Chuck Heath. I mean, he's really easy to reach. No. Reporters find that if you go to Wasilla and you put the time in, if you look in that Time story, these people realize they can poke the media with a stick, and whatever they give us, we'll end up running with. So Paul will be in deep freeze much longer than Chuck Heath is.
Well, that tells you everything you need to know about America 2010, doesn't it? Dave Weigel, The Washington Post. As always, Dave, thanks.
Thank you.